Members of the school committee, staff, family, guests, and of course the class of 2022, good evening. I'm David Lucier, the superintendent of the Wellesley Public Schools, and I'm honored to be joining you on this most important day for our community as we honor our graduates. Class of 2022, I know your path here was not an easy one. Beginning your sophomore year, your lives, in fact all of our lives, were disrupted by a pandemic that has now had an impact across 3 school years. From learning full-time from home, to managing hybrid schedules, to learning to live with the virus in a more ambiguous new normal, you've been tested perhaps more than any graduating class to walk across this stage. We often talk about the importance of perseverance and grit, which you have shown time and time again during your time in high school. Beyond the toll of lives lost, I suspect the greatest impact of COVID has been in the loss of human connections that are frankly one of the most important elements of being a student. All of those small moments from elementary school through high school in which you forge friendships, negotiate conflict, navigate unfamiliar moments, and even develop romantic interests are actually essential social experiences on the way to adulthood. I know members of this class likely spend a great deal of time online, whether on Facebook or Instagram or through some other platform. The truth is that we've never been connected, so much so digitally, but felt so isolated in our lives. Class of 2022, my first piece of advice to you tonight is please don't confuse online connections with the bonds that are created through in-person interactions and friendships. Chat rooms and likes to your postings simply can't compete with in-person experiences. Quite literally, whenever you can, try to actually be in the room where it happens. Of course, the past few years haven't been all bad. I know you were able to sleep in a bit more for some of this time. And dogs never had it so good, being walked multiple times a day by their people who were suddenly home all the time with few places to go. Family dinners were far more frequent, and I'm told the quality of home cooking improved significantly thanks to lots of practice. Graduates, I also know that you didn't navigate through the past 2+ years, or all the years before that, without a great deal of support. Seniors, from the time you entered the Wellesley Public Schools, some of you as early as preschool, each year you have been taught by a remarkable group of educators who have challenged and encouraged you to learn important skills, collaborate with each other, and sometimes to see something in yourselves you didn't know was there. It is my hope that some of you will follow in their footsteps and become teachers as they daily change the world by shaping its future. You will stand on the shoulders of these giants for the rest of your lives, and they deserve our thanks. May I ask all of the Wellesley Public Schools educators and staff present here tonight to please stand to be recognized. There's another group of educators here tonight who also deserve our recognition, and they are the parents of the class of 2022. Our parents are our first and perhaps most important teachers. They held their breath when they left you on the first day of kindergarten, cheered your accomplishments in the classroom, on stages, in gyms, and on the athletic field. They likely reminded you too many times to count, to wear a mask, spit into a tube, and swab your nose for COVID testing, despite your exaggerated eye rolling. I'd like to ask the parents of the class of 2022 to stand and receive our thanks for a job well done. Graduates, my main message to you tonight concerns risk, and more specifically, about taking risks. And I must admit, this is not an easy topic for me or for any of the adults present here tonight. Imagine the conversation that would ensue if you had told your parents back in September, "Mom and Dad, this year, I think I'm going to start taking many more risks in my life." As parents, our most basic obligation is for your safety, so risk is something we instinctively push back against. In school, I'm guessing much of our incentive structure is also geared to playing it safe. Grades, GPAs, and college competitiveness are often the mortal enemies of trying something new. And yet, if we only follow such a scripted path and never learn to do more than paint by numbers, imagine how less rich our world and our lives would be. There are many well-known examples from our history of those who chose not to play it safe and to challenge convention. Think of the civil rights activists who risked so much to confront Jim Crow laws and institutional racism in the South in the 1960s. Think of the NASA astronauts strapped to rockets who led this nation's early race to space. In business, consider Bill Gates dropping out of Harvard to found a company which later became the multi-billion-dollar technology juggernaut called Microsoft. In the arts, think of Lin-Manuel Miranda, who worked to convince skeptics that hip-hop and the founding fathers were, in fact, an artistic match made in heaven that we all know as the groundbreaking Hamilton. Class of 2022, my main message to you tonight is not to be afraid to take some risks in the future. And let me be clear, I'm not talking about being reckless. There's a big difference. No, what I'm talking about is not feeling trapped by expectations that someone else created for you. I'm talking about not being afraid to challenge the status quo and to think outside the box. As you head out into the world, it will nearly always be easier to play it safe. In doing so, there's likely less chance of criticism and less chance of failing. Please don't fall into that trap. I hope you never tire of asking questions such as, what if? Or why not? Sometimes our most significant achievements, either personally or as a society, are when we have the courage to think and act differently and swim upstream instead of downstream. Of course, these are just my words, the words of a superintendent and one of many speakers here tonight, words likely to be forgotten before the sun sets on this stage. So in order to create a little more sticking power for this message, I'd like to practice what I preach and model a bit of risk-taking right here, right now. So, despite being neither a singer nor a songwriter, I've written a song for tonight. Don't get too excited yet. Modifying a song is probably more of an accurate statement, and I'd like to sing it for you now. And I've asked a very special friend to join me to do this. Will you please join me in welcoming to the stage former WBS teacher of 28 years and Wellesley musical legend, Mr. Henry Platt.
Still remember how Wellesley High made me feel.
And I knew that when I was there, I found so much spirit and so much care. And as a student, I was happy for a while. Then March of 20 made me shiver. When COVID hit, everyone seemed so bitter, trying our best to navigate through so much uncertainty and so much hate. I can't remember if I cried when hearing masks were optional. I really tried to still stay safe. This was quite a ride to be a student at Wellesley High. So bye-bye to Wellesley High. No more testing, no more quarantines, it's time to go. My years in Wellesley touch me deep inside. Thanks to my teachers, I hit my stride. Thanks to my teachers, I hit my stride. So bye-bye to Wellesley High. No more stories, no more half-days, it's time to go. With my diploma in hand, I'm on my way to blaze a path each and every day. To blaze a path each and every day. So bye-bye to Wellesley High. Done with finals, done with prom, it's time to go. On this wounded world, I will leave my mark. I'll make a difference with my head, my hands, and of course my heart. So bye-bye to Wellesley High. Let's throw our caps and from this field we'll go. What the future holds, no one can know. But I leave this place ready to fly. I'll leave this place ready to fly. So bye-bye to Wellesley High. Thank you for the memories as we say goodbye. Thank you for the memories as we say goodbye. Congratulations, class of 22, Godspeed.
Well, that's a hard act to follow. Good afternoon. I'm Kathryn Myrick, Chair of the Wellesley School Committee, and it is a privilege for me to be here speaking to you today. The vision of Wellesley Public Schools states that WPS aspires to be a world-class school system that develops the heads, hearts, and hands of its students and inspires them to be the critical thinkers, problem solvers, artists, and innovators who make contributions to their communities, our nation, and the world. That's a big ask, and it's why we are so excited to be here today honoring and celebrating the accomplishments of the 331 Wellesley High School graduating seniors. These students have had a very disrupted 4 years of high school, but they've persevered, worked hard, and pursued their passions, despite COVID's interference. But they didn't do it alone. They had a whole community behind them. As we recognize these students, I also want to thank the educators and staff of Wellesley Public Schools and acknowledge the great work they've done as these students have moved through our schools. Our dedicated professionals have challenged these students every day with rigorous coursework, while at the same time providing them with opportunities to experience personal growth, teamwork, support, and moments of joy.
Today's graduates have also been educated and supported by all of you in the audience, their family and their friends. You've been there all along, reading bedtime stories, walking to elementary schools, cheering at sporting events, clapping at concerts, drying tears occasionally,
and offering advice on everything from class selections to friendships to wardrobe choices, some of which are more well taken than others. You believed in these kids, and here they are. Graduates, you have not had the full traditional high school experience, but you are perhaps better for it. You've demonstrated that you are resilient, you're kind, flexible, persistent, and you have grit. Those qualities, likely even more than the calculus equations or the biology terms you've learned, will serve you well in your future endeavors. Whether that's heading to college, taking a gap year, or diving into the workforce. You have prepared yourselves to excel, and you should be proud of the work that you've done. To all of the graduates today, and a special shout out to my graduate, Benjamin. As you leave here today, take with you fond memories of that song and of Wellesley High School, and put your skills to use as you become the next generation of critical thinkers, problem solvers, artists, and innovators making contributions to our world. Congratulations.
Zachary Hodge Adams. Do-Young Andy On. Jae-Min On. Brendan McCown Altoff. Linnea Christina Anderson. Isabel Katrina Arts Romario. Nicholas Mian Astrap. George Ziad Audi. Lucas Patrick Balmer. Aiden Frederick Bonta. Julia Vivka Bonta. Abigail Leah Barron. Edward Wilson Bennett. Adam Theodore Berg. Elizabeth Cotton Berger. Olivia May Bassett. Kathryn Casey Bott. Matthew Charles Bishop. Jess Sophie Blackatomas. Timothy Peter Bonus. Luke George Bonnewell. Mary Allison Boucher. Theodore Gareth Bratz. Caitlin Rose Braun. Emily Christine Breedis. Ella Catherine Brock. Sean Patrick Burke. Elizabeth Glenn Cahaley. Lucille Ann Calcio. Samuel Patrick Calhoun. Leanna Joy Cameron. Nicholas Campbell. Andrew William Carpenter. Lydia Haven Carr. Giovanni Gladys Seeley. Margaret Maureen Seeley. Patricia Marta Serta. Yvonne Chan. Jana Yune Chan. Chen Ray Chang. Kevin Warren Chang. Simran Chavla. Amy Chang. Sejin Choyi. Jonathan Junlung Chow. Danielle Geraldine Semino. Rory Mary Claire. Phoebe Barnard Clark. Charlie Edward Cloninger. Ronnie Earl Monroe Cobb. Chantal Ami Coelho. Aiden James Coleman. David Cararm Culetta. Grady Ellis Collins. Isabel Caroline Collins. Jack Collins. Harrison James Maxine Collum. Robert Kevin Connors. Lily Anna Cook. Max Michael Cote. Caroline Sinclair Cowley. Tessa Rose Kim Crowley. Victoria Laura Dalzell. Erin Elizabeth Darwin. Lovisa Tara O'Teal Davidson. Hannah Ami Danielle DeFontaine. Giovanni Andres Delgado. Tucker William Delalis. Nevea Michaela Diaz. Patrick Anderson Dublin. Connor James Duffy. Alana Christine Dumalek. David Michael Edwards. Lee Manning Einbinder. Ella Ariolmes. Nicholas Castro Fauza. Louis Christian Fay. Jordan Roy Feinzig. Daniel Joseph Fico. David Filzame. Esther Fizame. Grace Delaney Flannery. Jade Foland. Anna Michelle Foodie. Amanda Skydrip Forte. Jason Edward Forte. Sam Ryan Fox-Riviat. Maeve Riley Frambus. Ashley Isabel Franklin. Charles Matthew Franklin. Mia Rose Fulgenetti. Elena Celeste Furlong. Molly Ann Gandler. Emily Gao. Maya Beatrice Garcia Miller. Isabel Sophia Gardner. Matthew Peter Garreau, Tomas Jamar Guerin, Arnav Gotham, Samson Joseph Gear, Isabel Melita George, Eli Richard Ginsberg, Carlos Miguel Duran, Abigail Eileen Glassman, Jared Atone Goldman, Karina Rodriguez Gomes, Chloe Gong, Charlotte Elizabeth Graham, Lindsay Elizabeth Graves, Rowan Anna Green, Arthur Jin Griffin, Warren Winslow Gruber, Carl Victor Haberline, Yasmin Hadar, Denasia Kimura Hairston, Alexander Bennett Hall, Timothy Michael Hall, Andrew John Harding, Emily Marie Harrington, William Weeks Harris, Lauren Grace Hazard, Austin Mark Herlihy, Eliza Sherman Hill, Tyler James Hinchley, Samuel Isaac Hirsch, Trey Ember Holland, Cornell Stedman Horner, Harrison Carlton Horner, Alexandra Elizabeth Hoskins, Alden Gillen Huang, Piper Kendrick Hughes, Wilfred Leo Hines, Victoria Wingy Ip, Joseph Isaac, Milan Jan Jacobs, Liam Alexander Jado, Nora Joyce Harkeen, Stuart Allen Jones. Kathryn Rose Jordan. Alexandra Milan Durans. Nicole Sky Cantor. Samuel Marshall McCarthy Keene. Brendan Robert Keene. Blake Scott Kelly. Christopher James Kenny. Ainsley Claire Keys. Kaylin Virginia King. Jessica Lee Clearfeld. Andrew George Seaver Knight. Reese Gates Knudsen. Atiana Evelyn Kochling. Alexa Danielle Kraus. Hannah Faith Christ. Arjun Ramesh Kulkarni. Jacob Salmon Landau. Taryn Beach Lane. Jordan Henry Lapp. Brady Michael Larson. Georgia Charlotte Lash. Ella Grace Shalala Leo.
Megan Louise Lester. Dean Joseph Levanto. Jungbo Lee. Annie Lin. Elaine Karis Livingston. Felipe Alberto Lopez. Anthony James Lasapio. Melinda Hong Liu. Alexa Jade Lutsky. Andrew William Lynch. Benjamin Hastings Lyons. Kathryn Elizabeth Lysett. David Joseph Masek. Caroline Patricia Mack. Christopher James Mockin. John Michael Maragos. Stephanos John Marimaldi. Trey Anthony Maroon. Dylan Susan Mara. Kiara Marie Martello. Audrey Elizabeth Martin. Ella Sophia Martin. Nicole Savitt Martin. Michael Stephen Masiello. Alessandra Jean Mason. Scott Joseph Mazaret. Isabel Thomasina Matthews. Ella Deborah McAdams. Ellie Elizabeth McCarran. Caroline Grace McCurdy. Peter William McGrew. Morgan Elizabeth McGraw. Devin Patrick McHale. Jessica Charlotte McKechnie. Colin James Mealy. Aaron Julian Michelet. Anna Isabel Mihal. Tess Elizabeth Miller. Abigail Elizabeth Marie Minkley. Benjamin Lee Myrick. Elizabeth Jacqueline Mitchell. Lucy Marie Mitchell. Owen Thomas Mix. Liam Kiefer Morrow. Shane Patrick Murray. Simon Compton Murray. Dania Olivia Joy Myers. Isabella Evelyn Nardone. Jonathan Alexander Natoli. Andrew Joseph Ing. Thomas Jonathan Nielsen. Olivia Violet Nolan. Madeline Rose Norton. Cameron O'Toole. Grace Helene Olson. Jacob Malkin Olson. Kathryn Elizabeth Osborne. Naz Maya Azkaya. Julia Lois Pennell. Calvin Preston Parker. Alexander James Patnode. Claire Ann Perry. Louis T. Person. Henry Brennan Phillips. Brianna Sarai Pimentel Dumais. Brian Douglas Peeney. Jack David Poirier. Stephanie Lauren Potts. Alan Hanying Poe. Frederica Isabel Pratt. Samantha Suzanne Prideaux. Charles Douglas Pruse. Lauren Nia Pryor. Alexa Beverly Quinn. Eden Faye Redmond. Omari Dennis Reed. Isabella Jade Remedios. Yoko Sydney Riseborough. Kylan Judith Roberts. William Thomas Roberts. Barbara Grace Rocket. Olivia Kathleen Rodrigue. Brooke Montgomery Ryan. Benjamin Harrison Satcher. Adelaide Mar Schiller. Maxwell Daniel Schiller. Sarah Isabel Schiller. Emily Katarina Schneider. Jonas Eric Schneider. Roby Mason Schultz. Rudolph Peterson Seaborn. Thomas Glenn Seifert. Wesley Davidson Cerez. Edward Lee Saranjoji. Ethan York Sewell. Anushka Sharma. Carly Marie Shea. Tony Shen. Xingcheng Shi. Alicia Yuan Shin. Ian Shin. Bruce Shu. Aiden Hale Milton Smith. Carter William Smith. Kathryn Storm Smith. Alexander Soderling. Maylin Song. Samuel Wilson Soroff. Maxwell Tucker Staken Pickering. Abigail Moore Steinberg. Paige Ashley Stevenson. Madison Kelsey Stick. Emma Chong Su. Daniel Michael Sullivan. Samuel Rand Sutherland. Palin Louise Swan. Nicholas Sidorenko. Lydia Giselle Tabor. Sara Tagizada Milani. William Sakaibai Takahashi. Gage Glasgow Taro. Isaac Simmons Tatel. Michael Alexander Thomas. Isabella Jolie Todorov. Marco Anthony Todorov. Selena Maylee Torrijos. Erwin Vadim Toafotso. Pranil Bhushan Tripathi. Abigail Francis Tucker. Genevieve Amy Vanderwall. Federico Ernesto Vegas. Miles Parrish Vigil. Natalie Lauren Vialba. Hannah Ruth Wagner. Eva Loretta Wall. Michael Brad Walsh. William Shinwei Wong. Madeline Rose Ward. Angela Rose Watts. Quinn Theodore Wayman. Megan Webb. Jenna Mary Ween. Joseph Philip Weiser. Jack Christopher Welburn. Rachel Thora White. Mitchell Pierce Winkleman. Mara Rose Wernley. Lao Young Wong. Alan Dong Wu. Iris Huazhong Xia. Sophia Yang. Kira Marissa Yi. Alona Yahiev. Megan Louise Youngren. Omar Mohammed Yusuf. Mia Isabella Zajek. Noelia Brielle Zamora. Isabella Yasmin Zaben. Sydney Morgan Zilla.
Anna Rose Hemmeler. Ludovic Otu Fuda. Audrey Marie Turco. Thomas James Cahaley. Abraham George Butson McQuilton.
Now it's time for the announcement of this year's Excellence in Teaching Award. The Teacher of the Year is voted on by students from all 4 grades and selected by a committee of students and past winners of the award. This teacher's colleagues described her with the following statements. When I first met this individual, she welcomed me with open arms. There's not anything I cannot ask for. I could not have asked for a better role model to be there to show me the ropes. When it comes to her students, there's not anything she would not do for them. She has the SEL portion of our job description in the bag. She will fight tooth and nail for the kids at WPS, and when doing so, she is a force to be reckoned with. Another writes, whether she is actively or attentively listening to not just your words, but your heart, engaging in challenging conversation that she hopes will affect positive change, or cooking for you to express her love, appreciation, or condolences, she is truly someone who embodies generosity of spirit. Another writes, beyond being fearless in the face of hard subjects, she is unafraid to show that she loves her students. She knows everyone's stories and everyone's families because she takes time to ask about them and to listen and to care. Love lies at the heart of her teaching. Everyone who meets her meets a personal champion. Whomever you are, she is paying attention. She listens carefully, honing in on whatever is most important to you, and then she never, ever forgets. This is a well-deserved award that speaks to her steadfastness in supporting students of color at Wellesley High School. Her advocacy for them is holistic, consistently being an educator of refuge where students can dismantle and unpack challenges that occur both in their academic and personal lives. Her last colleague writes, to co-teach with her is to be reminded daily that you are always the second best teacher in the room. And that is as it should be, since she could write a book on compassionate students first teaching. Her classroom is a space where students, no matter if their names appear on the rosters or not, know they are seen, valued, and loved. And here's what her students have to say about her. Go. She's just the best teacher. The realest. For real. For real. She makes me smile. She teaches with empathy, passion, energy, humor, and makes people sit up and listen. She is really hardworking. She helps a lot during one-on-ones. She's really truthful, and she understands her students. The student writes, she's not my teacher, but a lot of my friends have her, and I feel very comfortable talking to her. She goes out of her way. She's a trusted adult, especially for students of color. She treats me like a human equal to her with real problems. I'll never forget her for all she's done for me, award or not. The winner of this year's Wellesley High School Teacher of the Year Award goes to Ms. Jimmer Khan. Now it's my honor to announce the valedictorian for the class of 2022. In fact, this year I need to announce our valedictorians. The class of 2022, you see, has produced 3 different seniors with perfect 5.0 GPAs. Would each of the 3 recipients please come to the podium to receive a recognition award when I read your name? The first winner is Tom Cahaley. He will be attending. The second winner is Jacob Landau. And our third is Andrew Eng. It's now my honor to award the Senior Cup Awards. Since at least 1946, the Senior Cup has been awarded to two members of the senior class who, in the opinion of their peers, are the most outstanding in character, school citizenship, scholarship, and activities. Before I announce this year's winners, I'd like to take a moment to remember one of our 2002 Senior Cup winners. Mr. Ben Schwartz passed away less than a month ago. He had been a teacher in the Waltham Public Schools, and I want he and his family to know he is remembered fondly at his alma mater here tonight. Thank you. This year's first winner is described by teachers this way. He is an intelligent person and a strong math student. He is an active participant who is respected by his peers. He also has an excellent sense of humor. My only complaint is that his handwriting can be hard to read. This teacher writes, "He has my heart. His thoroughness and his thoughtfulness in everything he does, his humility and conscientious advocacy for his peers and community makes him an exemplary leader. He is highly organized, highly intelligent person who takes full advantage of all opportunities available to him. I love every minute of class when he asks questions that go above and beyond class content. The questions always show his true curiosity." This teacher writes, "Having taught him for the past 2 years, I have witnessed his unparalleled embodiment of the WHS core values. Not only is he a profound thinker and honest writer, but he is also deeply committed to his community and his fellow classmates." This teacher writes, "Without a doubt, he is the most intellectually curious student I have ever taught. I taught him in 2 different social studies classes, and there was not a single topic we encountered that didn't pique his interest. Anytime you talk with him, you know that you have his full, sincere attention. He clearly cares about how learning content in classes shapes his understanding of and empathy for other human beings. He is a member of the varsity soccer and track teams. Last year, he was the winner of the University of Virginia Jefferson Book Award. He was a winner of the Massachusetts Association of School Superintendents Certificate. He is the winner of the Principal's Leadership Award this year. He is the president of the Student Congress. He's been your officer for all 4 years. He will be attending Harvard University in the fall. Your first class of 2022 winner of the Senior Cup is O2 Fuda." second winner of the Senior Cup, her teachers describe her this way. She is smart, thoughtful, and kind, female empowerment personified with an element of gaiety that makes her brand of humanity contagious. Her questions and comments challenge her classmates to analyze and think critically about the material and help spur authentic student discourse, contributing to an academic mindset in the classroom. Indeed, her meaningful and appropriate inquiries often challenge me to think about the course content in new ways as well. Having her in class makes me a better teacher. Her passionate sense of social justice shapes everything she does, and she applies what we learn in the classroom and makes meaningful connections to society. Her passion for human rights shines through in all she does and says. However, she never lets her passion get in the way of actively listening to her classmates' point of view. She carefully considers other comments before offering her own. In this time of quick judgments and one-upsmanship, it is refreshing to have someone like her in class who sets an example of humility, empathy, graciousness, and maturity. I have enjoyed every conversation that I have had with her this year. We usually talk about environmental action and the state of our public education system, and every insight that she had is spot on. After having those conversations, I know the future is not as bleak as some might purport it to be, because it's people like this young woman who will find solutions to the problems that my generation has created. She is going to change the world. She is a varsity swimmer. She is a member of our Journeys. She is a co-leader of student ambassadors. She is a member of Student Congress. She was the winner of the 2021 Junior Book Award in English and the Wellesley College Book Award as well. This year, she won the Joseph E. Fisk Award from our town select board, the Future Educators Scholarship from the Wellesley Educators Association, the John Hamilton Sportsmanship Award from Athletics, the Senior Book Award in French, and she also won the John Hamilton Book Award in Social Studies. She represents every single public school student in the state of Massachusetts this year in her role as the single student representative on the State Board of Education. She will also be attending Harvard University in the fall. Your second class winner of the 2022 Senior Cup is Elaine Livingston.
You guys ready? Up.